First of all, thank you for inviting me. It was really, really enjoyable. I got to interact with a lot of senior bankers here, and it's a great forum, so thank you. Coming back to the question around super apps, super apps essentially is where you take a marketplace or a platform play and you use the network effects so as to offer services which are beyond just financials. Some of the early examples of super apps were in China, like WeChat and all of it, but then over a period of time, we've seen that they've expanded to other regions. From an input point of view, the three ingredients which are extremely crucial from a super app perspective are, one is access, which means ability to have smartphones. Second is API economy, which is again fundamental. Otherwise, there is nothing you can do about it. And the third is changing behavior of the customers, because the customers have to be more in tune with use of mobiles and all of it. When we look at these three, India scores pretty high on all three of them, right? I think there are about 75 to 80 odd crore mobile smartphones which are in India. The API or the India stack is something which is known the world over. On an average, people spend about 5 odd hours on their phones every day. That's at least what the research says. So from an input point of view, it's great. Some of the constraints that, that companies will have to overcome if they want to move into the super app would be things like, firstly, they'll need to get over what I would call as the walled garden approach, right? A lot of times when you are trying to build an app, you don't focus on the engagement. And anything which does not have a high engagement and high network effects would essentially mean that people will not get hooked onto your app. So that's the first thing. The second thing that we'll need to come over or go past is governments around the world are taking a look at the super app playbook, and they are trying to bring in, if I should use the word, connectedness or interconnectedness across the board. And that would be one of the stumbling blocks if anyone wants to aspire to be. The third thing which comes in is, more and more people would be vying for that space. So how easy it is a completely different thing. But at an overall basis, we need to remember that mobile phone is one of the most widely used device of our time. And prime real estate on screen is like worth a lot. So totally get it. When we look at financial institutions, they have been around for more than 200 years. And one thing which has meant for them to exist is the fact that there has been trust for them. A financial institution has a fiduciary duty, which means the money that is owned is not by the financial institution, it is of the people, and they have to hold on to it. And if they're not able to take care of the money, it is not going to be possible for financial institutions to operate. That's at a fundamental level. So now when you take that into a modern context and over a 250 years time frame, the three things which I would call out as extremely important in terms of, or existential from a financial services point of view, one would be the focus on data. The second would be on the focus on security. And the third will be on the focus around compliance and elements by which they're giving out services, right? As long as you have banks and financial institutions making sure that customers' data is not compromised, the privacy is maintained, there are numerous regulations which have been put in place both in Europe as well as parts of Asia. That's central, right? Secondly, in terms of services that are being offered, a lot of times we talk about services, and the fact that you're able to offer a large plethora of services means that you're able to address that many more customers. Of course, being good at it is equally important. Third is security. We've seen that recently with the event in Ukraine. We did see that a lot of times hackers have had a field day and they have been attacking a lot of customers. And hence, it just keeps on reminding us that whether it's an event or not, we all need to be extremely cautious and take care of our customers' information. So those are what I would say is the most crucial elements from a financial point of view.